By authority of the mystic guardians of the universe, on the far distant planet Oa, Hal Jordan, test pilot, becomes the Green Lantern, a cosmic crusader whose magical power ring at his bidding accomplishes the impossible. In his continuing fight against interplanetary evil, Green Lantern, Guardian of the Galaxy.
In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light. Skadoosh! So I was over at my local Walmart and I saw the DC Comics Multiverse Super Friends series Green Lantern figure hanging on the pegs, probably for a month now actually. And I was like, you know what? I haven't picked this baby up, and I think it's about time that I do. I already did pick up the Batman figure from this wave previously in the past, and well, you know, that's its fate right there. I actually used the torso for this Batman figure and made a completely different custom, of which I'll show you in a later video. For now, let's just deal with the Green Lantern figure. Just looking at the package here, you can see you got the older style Super Friends Green Lantern on the bottom here. You got the figure on the inside of the resealable DC Comics Multiverse package. On the back, you can see what other figures come in the wave. Currently, this one's Green Lantern. You've seen the remains of the Batman that I purchased. And then there's also a Superman and an Aquaman to come, both of which I'm really, really excited about. More excited so than the Aquaman I am about the Superman figure. I can't wait for that one to come out. And there's the side. There's the front again. Let's open it up. Slap it down, knife of doom across the back. We'll just pull the side right out and pull old Hal right out the side. Now you can see hiding in behind where the figure was. You pull that out and you've actually got this cool little Hal Jordan figure bio card. Let's pull that out of there carefully. Don't want to wreck the Hall of Justice. Holy crap, they taped these in there like I wrecked the Hall of Justice. Great. But anyway, these are kind of neat. They're like little shiny cards with the Jose Garcia Lopez's artwork on the front, reminiscent of the Superpowers, not so much the Super Friends, even though the Superpowers were kind of based off of the cartoon. And then we have back here, What do you think that spells? Probably Super Friends. That's right. If you get all four of the figures with their cards, you can put them side by side and they spell Super Friends, which would actually make a really neat backdrop for standing the figures up. They also technically fit right there in the stand, like so. Get in there. Just like that. Next up, we got good old Hal, and he's stuck in his little prison here. Look at his little leg shackles holding him in. Let's get him out of here. All right, Hal, just hold on a second. I'm just gonna do that. Just do like that. There we go. And he's out. All right, so now that we got Hal Jordan out of the package, let's take a closer look at what we get. So you can see that they got the details in the eyes. I actually don't mind that. I prefer to have just white eyes, but I don't mind it. The hair on this figure is painted nice and smoothly. I don't see any other color accents. It's just a simple brown, like with the Superpowers figures, going all the way up. Everything looks, pretty crisp. The details look okay. I mean, it's pretty simple, right? There's no top of the boot detailing or anything like that. It's a basic DC Universe Classics mid-size buck, with the exception of having the ring on the finger, and the head sculpt is its own thing. But other than that, this is like just a naked buck with no actual sculpting details. The articulation for this figure is as follows, the same as pretty much every other DC Universe Classics. You can go up like that, you can go around in a circle because there's a hinge and a swivel. You got a hinged bicep like that. You got a single hinged elbow. You got a swivelly wrist on both hands. You got a swivel waist. You got the ab crunch in here so we can do this and stuff. You got a swivelly leg, single hinge on each knee, single hinge on each ankle, no ankle rocker, and then also the groin can do like this, and it can do like this. So that's it. That's what you get for articulation. Classic and typical for DC Universe Classics. Now, if I had one little qualm about this figure, something that I would have changed is actually not about the figure. It's rather about the fact that this Green Lantern figure did not come with a little Green Lantern to go in his hand. The hand is open. It's waiting for a lantern, but there ain't one there, and there ain't one in the package. Now, Batman and Superman both respectively have and will come with cloth goods capes, while Aquaman's going to come with his trident, and yet Hal Jordan didn't get his lantern, which is equally as important to the lantern as the trident is to Aquaman. That would be the only change that I would actually make. Now, just doing a quick comparison with two other previously released DC Universe Classic styled Green Lantern figures, we can see that the DC Multiverse Super Friends Green Lantern is drastically different from the Wave 1 DC Universe Classics Green Lantern based off the Kenner Superpowers colors and the DC Universe All-Stars pre-New 52/Modern Green Lantern. Both of the greens are drastically different from the existing Super Friends green. Both of these Green Lanterns also, you'll notice, come with a lantern. Mattel, take note. I do prefer both of these Green Lanterns more than I prefer the Super Friends Green Lantern because I prefer the coloring. You'll notice that these Green Lanterns actually both have shading in their hair, whereas, like I mentioned before, this one does not. I do prefer not having the retinas in the eyes of the costume. But this one still is a very nice figure, and although he won't ascend to the throne of being displayed as my most prominent Green Lantern figure, he still will be displayed quite proudly along my other DC Multiverse Super Friends figures using the DC Universe Classics buck. Now, overall, this is not a terrible Green Lantern figure. It's not a great Green Lantern figure. It's not a terrible one, though, either. I would give this a 7 out of 10. My satisfaction would be from good to very good with this figure, but not excellent. Now, the reason why I would dock marks is, for one, this figure did not come packed in with a lantern, as clearly it should have. It has an open hand, and they clearly have the molds to make the lanterns and pack them in. They just didn't for some reason, and as far as I'm concerned, there was no excuse for that. Also, there was some paint rub right when I took them out of the package, on the shoulder up here, and I can't figure out for the life of me why that would happen right away. To me, that's also unacceptable. Not a huge fan of the green color. Don't hate it, don't love it. So this figure gets a 7 out of 10. Would buy again if I was one of those collectors that had to have one in the package and out of the package. This figure ran me $29.99 because I'm Canadian and my Walmart charges that much for them. So if you're looking for this one, you better save your pennies because it's going to run you a pretty penny. Anyhow, friends, that concludes my review of the DC Multiverse Super Friends inspired Hal Jordan action figure, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please slap a like on it so I know you liked it. Leave any comments you have in the section down below for comments, and subscribe so you never miss a video, and I will see you in the next video. Toodaloo!